But I think also just the concept of servant leadership. I think that the time I was a district manager in the Starbucks company, there was a lot of focus on the servant leadership. And James Autry wrote a great book about it, which I think is an amazing book. But it also played into my personal philosophy on leadership. So then to like match up sort of like this intellectual learning on servant leadership with what my own personal philosophy was, and have that supported by a company where leaders really are there to serve those that are serving customers instead of serving leaders, that is critical in the culture. And so those are the behaviors I'm talking about, right? So if I did something because my boss asked me to, but it wasn't the right thing for the barista that was hired yesterday, that ultimately is a learning where you're not driving what you need to do in the culture because you're serving those above you, not those that are supporting the customer.
And to paint the visual image of what servant leadership is, I think when people think of an organizational chart, they think of a triangle, and the people at the top and everybody at the bottom serves everybody at the top, and you just flip that upside down.
Absolutely, the inverted triangle.
So if you're the CEO, like you are, your job is to serve everybody above you, right? And I love that, and I think that's such a. I mean, I like to think that I'm trying to be I like to think I'm a servant leadership for the restaurant industry, and I keep that mentality in the back of my mind when I try to like think about what I'm going to do. So thank you for reinforcing my approach.
I mean, I don't believe there's any other way, right?
It's so rewarding too. What are the benefits, intrinsic benefits of servant leadership?
I think the biggest benefit is trust. Right? I can genuinely say that my team here in this restaurant know that I've got their backs and that I'm doing everything possible to serve them. And even in a year where we had to lay off a lot of our team and our friends, I think that trust has done really well for us because people have come back, right? They want to come back. They want to come back to work. And so I think that's the most important thing, because if a team doesn't trust their leaders, then they're always going to be wondering, why am I doing this? Why am I showing up and punching the clock every day? So most important. But I think also when I'm talking with the team, authenticity is so important to what I do every day and who I am. I'm extremely transparent, and so if I'm telling them something, and I tell them, hey, like we've tried to look at everybody's impact, tried to understand the impact of a prep cook in a kitchen, or a CDC in one of our full-serve restaurants, or, somebody working the line at Little Beet, that we've tried to look at all those perspectives. They actually believe it because they know I'm in here cooking with them or serving with them, or have at least had a conversation with the person that I'm representing a thought of. And so all of that just comes together to, I think, make the whole team believe, like, okay, like, first of all, she's a human like the rest of us, and isn't above like coming in here and cutting broccoli all day if we need it. And also that, that we are part of the thought process, and it's not just about a buck.
So I feel like authenticity is such a hot word over the past 5 years, right? Someone would say it's even a little like cliche, but I'm right there with you that I think authenticity is huge. But what is authenticity to you?
I mean, to me, I think it goes hand in hand with integrity, right? What I do when nobody's hearing, judging, or seeing is like more important than what I do when I'm talking to somebody, or when somebody knows what I'm doing, right? Those decisions that I make when nobody's aware of that decision.
Who you are when nobody's paying attention.
Exactly. And walking the walk, and walking the talk too. I really view that as authenticity. So if I commit something to my team, then I better mean it, and I better be able to back it up.
So I think you're right to say that it's one part integrity, what you do when no one's looking, but also, and if you're the owner or if you're creating a brand and you're trying to create an authentic brand, like, who are you when you go home? Like, how are you gonna decorate your house, right? Like, how can you imprint? I like to say behind every great restaurant's a great person. So the brand is usually an extension of that person, their values, and the things that light them up every day. So how can you come to work every day but come to your home in a sense where it's everything that you love injected into that space?
Exactly.
So I love this conversation, sister. We're already 30 minutes into this. It's going by so fast.